Okay. Excellent.
And with that, whatever I used to get that feel during Gayatri, same feeling I got throughout.
Yes. And if you extend it while working also, you get the same feeling.
But while working, we have to take a decision, right? See,
No, that is what I'm
somebody will
telling you.
ask, I have to give attention and then I have to take a decision. Then mind comes into picture.
No. You try the same thing out on work. You'll literally enjoy it. You'll not take anything seriously, and you will.
Yeah, can you help me to understand? See, during mantra, it's all in the subconscious mind. It comes automatically.
Right.
Okay, and then watching that mantra, what I'm doing as a sound is very, very easy for me. And then I know that I am watching from innermost core. So then the core is touching. I am the core that time. But during interaction in office, people will be during interacting. They expect me to think and give answer. Right? That thinking time, I used to my mind. Without mind, how to think and give that response.
No, you consider everyone as GV. Simple. It becomes easy. If I consider you as Bhatt, then there is Jagat. Now I become answerable. Now I have to think. And thinking makes it even more complex because I have to imagine the thinking. I have to imagine what you are going to say. And all of that. Whereas, if I want to be spontaneous, which is what consciousness is all about, then make it like a GV. See that, let us say, I want to talk to some person, I can directly talk to him as a GV like me. So the Jagat is gone. So there is no transaction world anymore. It's only the Ishvara and GV. Which is true, right? See, whatever decision you're taking or whatever you're talking on a project or work or whatever it is, you're ultimately talking to GV only. You're not talking to that individual, neither you're talking to that designation.
Yeah.
So you're first talking to GV only, and then you're making that GV aware that there is something called as a job description, and as per that job description, you're supposed to do this. Whereas if the mind comes into picture, you're taking directly that person to be of that designation. I'll give another simple example. Let's say my son comes and talks to me. For worldly thing, I need to call him as a son. But when I'm interacting with him, should I interact with him as a father, or should I interact him with as a GV, or should I interact with both? What do you think I should do?
Spiritually as GV only.
No, when we are in spiritual, you have to only take it like a GV only.
Yes.
So why I should think like I'm a father? If you are applying,
But my question is, you have to use your mind for taking decision, intellect.
what is
Without
the
intellect, is it possible to take decision?
yes, that is what the consciousness takes it, right? You feel that you have taken the decision, but you have not taken any decision. It is the consciousness which is directing itself to take whatever decision it has to take. It's not you who is taking it, right? See, I'll give you a even more easy example.
Are you talking about the role means it's a consciousness?
Role is not consciousness. Role is the mind.
Mind.
See, I'll give you another easy solution to this problem. Say, let's say next week my son is supposed to go to college. I'm not happy of he going to college because of this COVID and all that. So if I apply the mind, what will happen?
You will be unhappy if he goes.
Yes, I will be unhappy if he goes, but I cannot do anything of he going because the college says that you should come. You're a doctor, you should come to college. Except for cursing my situation, I can't do anything other than that. And I will blame the government, or I'll blame the authorities, or I'll blame the health minister or the education minister or this or that, and say that how they can do like this when people are suffering, they want to open college and they want to do this or that. Right? That is mind. There is no answer to it. In the entire humanity, should somebody go to work or shouldn't they go to work? Should they go to college or shouldn't they go to college? Nobody has any answer to it. And they will never have. So that is called Jagat. So if I am in Jagat, the pain is the only thing I'm going to get either way. There's only anxiety. Until my son comes back home from college, I will be having anxiety. Next day again he goes to college, again anxiety. So every day is an anxiety business. Till Corona goes away. Which I don't know when it will go away. So that means my anxiety is definite. Now I make it as a GV, not as a Jagat. Now I am also a GV, he is also a GV. He has come into this samsara to lead a life. I can't do anything other than whatever he is expected to do. So there is no relationship as father and son. It is only GV to GV relationship. And this is what Madhvacharya talks about, GV Bheda. What he has to encounter, what I have to encounter are two different things. They are not the same thing. So he is supposed to go to college and he is supposed to sit with mask on all the time. And he is a doctor. Even otherwise he was supposed to wear a mask. So there is no point in I getting worked up on that. So what I can only do, bless him that let him be safe in the college. As a GV.
Yeah.
And Ishvara is same for both, right? For me as a GV also is the same Ishvara. For him as a GV also same Ishvara. So if Ishvara is taking care of me, Ishvara will anyway take care of him also, right?
Yes.
Over. So he is dealing with his karma. So I have removed the Jagat. Same thing in the office. You have a colleague. Colleague is a designation. Okay. Because you can't name him as anything else other than a colleague. Okay. But that colleague has another designation called as a project manager or developer or tester or system analyst or this or that or whatever title has been given by organization. One title you have given him as a colleague and another one you can create a friend. So you have three designation for one person. He is a colleague, he is a friend, and he is also a he is having his own title in the organization. That is Jagat. What is the reality? He is just a GV like you. So he is coming either with Rajas or with Tamas or with Sattva. That's all he is coming up with. He is not coming up with anything else.
Yes.
So there is no point in you getting worked up that whether this project will succeed or it will fail or this will happen, that will happen. Look at from what is he coming from. If he is a Tamasic, you do exactly what is required for a Tamasic person. If he is coming with Sattvic, do exactly what is required for Sattvic person. If he is a Rajasic kind of a person, do exactly what is required for a Rajasic person. So now what should you do? I will give that answer also. If he is a Sattvic person, you don't have to guide him. He is a self-driven person. He knows what to do. So you can delegate basically. So you will be happy. If you hold him, you will become unhappy. Because you are not allowing him to grow. Second, Rajasic person. That person lacks common sense, but he is very excited person. So you have to help him with common sense. Otherwise, that person will do many things because he is Rajasic. Tamasic person, he is very slow and indolent. He cannot understand. So you have to put pressure on him to understand. So what you need to do is bring in excitement to Tamasic person, reduce the excitement for the Rajasic person, delegate things to the Sattvic person. Simple. Your job is done. So why you should get worked up? As simple as that. So
Now, are you talking about without mind you can manage all this?
That's what exactly I'm telling you. That is the reason spirituality is all about, right? If you are going to use the mind again, then where is the spirituality?
Then you can write one book, big book on this. All soft skills for training our minds. Now you are telling without mind it is possible to do it.
No, what is mind? Mind is only about what does mind do? Mind only does the feeling, right? It feels.
So mind has got history and it can think of future, and based on and also it will have selfish motto and all that it will take. It's a color decision. That's true. What you're talking. It's a colored decision only, biased decision from that role and that person point of view. It's not just role point of view, it's person point of view also.
Correct.
But what you're talking is independent of all this.
Yes, which is what Krishna did to Arjuna, right?
Correct.
The whole of Bhagavad Gita, he never got into it. He made sure that Arjuna does his role. Did he get worried?
Yes.
You tell me that. He was interacting with many people that
Absolutely no worry for Krishna. It was just for him. It's like a
play. It's a play. So office is a play only, right? So why I should get worried about it? So if somebody asks me to play a role, they're asking me to play a role. I don't have to take it very seriously. They are asking me to play a role there. So what I can do? Now this team which I will be dealing with, all the three people are there. Satvik is there, Rajasik
I will just attend one call and come back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So it is becoming one-sided, Lata.
Yeah. So I was wanting to tell something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to tell that when we interact with people, they're not people, no, these people or whoever. So they come and they interact in different ways, some in different scenarios or different personalities or slices of personalities.
Correct.
So some day they will react in some way, another day some other way, and so on and so forth. So it's a different slices.
Correct.
You package all that together and give a name like butt,
Correct.
Lata or whatever. If you are able to just forget that packaging and then only deal with that slice, then you wouldn't have all these kind of problems.
Absolutely. That's all we are supposed to do with everyone.
Correct. So this is what which came to me, I think some time back, that we are kind of, sometimes some person will be very nice, sometimes they'll be sad, sometimes they'll be angry. But then instead of taking it as different things, we can package everything together and say, oh, that person was angry with me that time, they did that to me that time. So instead, just deal with that slice and let it go. Or the other way, what can do is, observe like a third party.
Correct.
And then emotions will go away.
Yeah, because none of us are paid for emotions in the organization.
Yeah, correct.
We are paid for skill set, not for emotions.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and also, we have to really feel and understand that it's a consciousness which is doing everything or making things happen in the background.
yes.
And not the mind. Unless and until we understand it really, all these questions will remain.
Yes, very true. See, because the first thing what happens is I am doing it. There is no you to do it. See, today I am going for the second dose of injection. It's not I am doing the injection, right? It's not I who is going to get the jab. The body is getting that injection.
Yeah, correct.
What happens to the body, I can't predict. Except for getting worried, nothing else can happen through mind.
Correct.
So if I just take it that I'm going there and going to pinch me and send me back, and there ends the matter. Finished. I can't do anything.
Yeah, but is
back.
back.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm back. Yes.
yeah, go ahead with your question.
I got a call from native place, so
Okay, no worries.
yeah.
See, but the sim.
No,
Go ahead.
what I was talking is that this concept that you can just deal with without mind, all this office related, then it is a very joyful life. Office life is very joyful.
Not only
So,
office.
Are you sure with that we will not have any productivity or any other issues, because you are one person dealing in a different, altogether in a different style, different way. What will happen to the people, those who are in the team, now they are listening to, right? What will happen to them? What they will be thinking about this? Is there a difference for them when they see, or it is something same way, but decisions are much more purer?
No, you are asking like Arjuna in the second chapter. Maybe Lata.
Yeah, I am Arjuna only. No, now you are Krishna.
No, I am not Krishna. Lata answered. Lata, when you put your call on hold, she answered it beautifully. Maybe I'll ask her to answer that.
Okay.
Okay, so I have one easy way, but is to make yourself as a third party in that interaction, and then the emotions will not be there. That is one. Second is anybody. So if you are interacting with me, so every day maybe there is a different slice of personality which comes across. Maybe someday you are very, very positive. Someday maybe you are a little bit anxiety will be there. Sometimes you may be angry with something, or sometimes you will be upset with something. But then what we do, we package everything of these slices together and name the package as but.
Yes.
And then when you are interacting, so I think, oh, but was told this to me that time. He did this to me that time. And then that's when the problem happens. So when somebody is coming to interact with you in that slice, whatever it is, you just interact with that slice and leave it. And not think about that packaging which we have done in our mind. So that may be, I think, a little bit difficult, but then if you put as a third party, then I guess it will be easier. I give the suggestion to Tawal always, and he implements it actually. Yes. So if you are a very emotional person and you are getting worked up in this office interaction, the best thing you can do is make yourself as a third party. Then you have no stake in what is happening, right? And then you will really view it in a neutral way and then do what is really needed to be done.
That is true. Third party is always neutral only.
Yeah.
And
So during this interaction, we will not be in the past, we will not be in the future, we will be
Only in
present, fully in the present, right? So that means there is no question of getting any emotions because you are in the present.
Right.
I will try for next 1 week.
yeah,
So what happens?
Very
what
tough, but let me try.
What happens is when you see somebody, you will mind will feel something, right? And based on that feeling, there are many memories stored. So what consciousness will do is to connect. It will light up all those memories for you, and then based on that, it will interact. And then it leaves. It will allow the mind to do whatever it wants, and it just goes and lights up. So actually it's a consciousness which is bringing things, because you are not the one who are thinking and bringing those memories. It is the consciousness lighting those memories which is stored.
Correct.
see, but
So the technicality behind it.
yeah, see the PMI. In the PMI, there is in communication management, there is something called as looking at third-party mindset. In the PMBOK 6th edition, when if you were to go it exactly says that see everything as a third party before you do anything, and because conflict resolution method, one of it is to watch it like a third party. You don't have any bias then, otherwise you will getting biased. And this is what Buddha's teaching is all about. When you don't have any personality, like what Lata is saying, it's a slice of the personality. It's not a real personality at all. So if I take Lata as happy, my assumption is that all the time Lata is happy with me. It need not be, because it depends on situation. It doesn't depend upon whether she is really happy or unhappy, or you are happy or you are unhappy. So if I were to feel, but at this point in time, that all the three of you will be happy with me, that is when I've created a personality view that you are fixed, you are not going to change. And now when you change, it hurts me a lot. But what is happening is you are showing your nature based upon what is coming. So it can be sattva, it can be rajas, it can be tamas. And hence there is nothing called as a personality. No person there. It is only rajas, tamas, sattva which is at play. That is called as karana sharira. It doesn't have its own sharira. It takes the mental sheath itself as itself. So then I am going to say Bhatt was angry, or Bhatt was happy, or Bhatt was sad, or Bhatt was this and that. But it is not. Bhatt has got nothing to do with that. It is just at that moment whether the person had tamasic or rajasic or sattvic. And he cannot promise that always it will be sattvic. Always it will be rajasic. No, that is what Krishna also says in the 14th chapter on sattva, rajas, tamas. Sometimes sattva will overtake both rajas and tamas. Sometimes rajas will overtake sattva and tamas. Sometimes tamas will overtake both the sattva and rajas. So there is no person there. There is absolutely no person whom you can say he is like this. So when you say that, when I want to interact with my daughter, when I interact with my wife, when I interact with my team member, what you're doing is you're creating a personality which doesn't exist.
Correct.
So you are in pain. Simple. So to implement spirituality in the organization, remove the mind. See it from consciousness. There's only Jivi and you. And you are a Jivi, that is also a Jivi. There is Ishvara in you and Ishvara in him. That's all. Leave the Jagat aside. Then you will be happy. Like you said, office going is a joy. Absolute joy. So for doing that, you need to take a sabbatical leave for a few months so that you can practice it and come back. That is what happened between Krishna and Arjuna. They stopped the battle, and Krishna gave the whole Bhagavad Gita to him, saying that, look, this is what you're supposed to do. Now he said, my mind is fully clear now. I know I can go and demolish all these people. And the war started. Now there is no personality, right? Now there is no Bhishma, there is no Drona, there is no this guy, that guy, everything is gone. What exists is only Jivi and Ishvara. Jivi is anyway dying. Ishvara will not die. Simple.
Yeah, correct.
So you implement it, that's all. So you don't have a so you don't have a daughter, you don't have a wife, you don't have an office, you don't have a colleague, you don't have anything. So that means you are always in peace. Nirvana.
Peace, yeah, you're with your core.
Nirvana is the peace. So now you are at peace.
Yes.
Finished. Nirvana Shatakam
Very
completed.
good. I think I got what I want for today.
Okay, it's almost time.
Yeah, for me, time. Maybe you can continue. I will today and tomorrow.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk something other than the Chudamani, and when you come back on Monday, we will start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay then. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, sure. Bye. So what do we discuss?
Okay, I wanted to say something. I am not having any dreams for a long time.
Ah, very good.
So before I used to have a lot of dreams, something and all, but nowadays there is no dreams. So after a long time, yesterday I was having some kind of dream.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people in it, and we are moving to some other house or something. I don't remember exactly, but one thing I remember. And I don't see myself in the dream, but I'm there in that dream somewhere. But then I'm looking at all the people and thinking, okay, they all are heading towards destruction. Like, there's all unhappiness. In the dream, I was thinking that.
Okay.
So only this I remember, but all the others I have forgotten what I dreamt.
Okay.
And but it's good that in the dream also I got that thought. What about that?
Yeah, very good. And for the last 1 week, I'm getting only dreams in the night. I don't know why.
Oh, is it?
I'm not able to sleep at all. And when I do meditation, it is so nice. Not a single thought is there. Okay, then when I go to sleep at 10 p.m. and I have one thought, two thought like that, it only dreams and dreams and dreams until I wake up and sit.
Okay, maybe because all the thoughts are getting expressed in the dreams.
Yes, all the thoughts are getting expressed in the dream. So I sincerely don't know at this stage what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just letting go of that. Just watch it and leave it, watch it and leave it as much as it comes good. So for last 3-4 days, today I slept 3-4 days, I could not sleep. So I was completely awake the whole night. But next day morning, fully fresh. Then I sit in meditation, beautiful. Then a whole day goes very nicely. Then again in the night, lot of dreams.
Okay. Before it was like that for me. So many dreams. Vivid dreams. Now after a long time, I had a dream yesterday.
Good. Okay. Yeah, Padmashri, anything you want to discuss? Yeah, Padmashri, are you there? Yeah, Padmashri is on mute.
Must be searching for unmute button.
Yeah, maybe.
He left, is it? We can continue. No? For me today, I don't have any problem. I don't have today any problem, but tomorrow I will have to go off it. In fact, tomorrow I don't feel I want to do it half. I will tomorrow I will not join.
Yeah, no
Because
problem.
I have to I am in the jury, so I have to be from the beginning there. So
Okay.
Yeah, good. So I refuse to be a judge this time.
good.
But okay, good. But anyway, I think I have to come only in the end. And address I have to give. That's all.
Right.
For that I need to attend some things.
No, today's was again what Pat was asking and what you responded as looking at it third person. But if you're constantly doing that, meaning this, we will not even have these questions, is what I felt. Meaning constantly doing that third person thing. I will not even consider that person as tamasic, rajasic, nothing. I will deal with that aspect at that point in time and leave it. I'm dealing with a GV. Whether he, at that instant also, whether there is tamasic or rajasic or any of this one exhibited, I would not react at all to it. I should not be reacting to it. If I am just watching it as a third person.
Yeah, that is good.
So I felt that was very, meaning that one third person looking at it like a third person is one answer which can kind of be, the answer can be true for all the situations that we are facing. And when in doubt, do this. You'll have that. I feel that is like that mantra. When in doubt, become a third person. When in doubt, how to react, become a third person. Or meaning it should always be that you are a third person, but then invariably what will happen is till you practice that in a fullest form, you get into the situation, you try, and then you start to think how you should react now. Then immediately you think that, okay, you have to go off into the third person. Because that I'm these days practicing. I'm having so many in the role that I am playing now. there are so many things which are conflicting and conflicting information. Some people act some way, some people don't make their presence felt. So I keep doing what I have to do. I don't even react to any of those things in a reaction manner. I only act. I felt that has come only because I have started to look at it like a third person. Of course, this I'm doing very easily in the office environment, but whether I can do it in every environment is the question. Because you are still feeling that bonding. You could do it if you don't feel that bonding. Meaning if you don't give importance to that bonding of husband, son, daughter-in-law, friends, sisters, colleagues. You would do that in every situation the moment you don't realize that bonding, meaning don't give importance to that bonding. It is easy not to give that importance to that bonding to everybody else, colleagues and all. But then when it comes to somebody with whom you have invested a little bit more emotion in the earlier days, it becomes difficult to withdraw like that. So that is where I felt the difficulty. But from an office environment, I don't feel that difficulty at all now.
Yeah, that is good one, Padma Shri. Whichever way you take, if you can extend it to family. So the first thing is to remove the Jagat. If you remove the Jagat, you are left with only two. One is Jivi and one is Ishvara. Dealing with Jivi becomes very easy because you are also a Jivi and another person is also a Jivi, which is being fed through food. So you know for sure that if the food supply of the mind and food supply of the body is gone, the Jivi itself is gone. So it is easy to navigate through Jivi and Ishvara rather than Jagat, Jivi and Ishvara. That becomes very complicated because now you have to deal with the titles and designation and meanings and so many things. So now we have to start thinking what the person will think or what that will think, what the society will think, what this will think, that will think. So that's all.
True.
So in fact, if you are able to do that third party thing, you have to extend that third party to removal of Jagat. Just look at this GV. See, I and you and Lata at this point in time, three of us have a name which is the GV name. We are named without our permission. Actually, you have not permitted anyone to name you as Padma Shri. So your parents named you, and the same thing with Lata and same thing with me. So I don't have a choice. So if we were
that is still a proper noun, but the name which is having an impact is more about daughter, wife, son. That is the name which we feel which has got much more impact on us than this word of Padma Shri or Lata or because see we are Lata meaning I am Padma Shri everywhere. But still, when I'm called a daughter, I suddenly feel that I have to behave in a certain way. When I'm called a mother, I have to behave in a certain way. So so I'm giving importance to that Jagat because my Jagat, I'm not considering that as Nitya. I'm considering that as the reality.
Correct. So what you need to do is now you have to keep on questioning, can you do all the role just by the sound? If you practice that,
that is what I'm trying. Meaning, I'm trying to extend one exercise which you gave to different situations. That exercise which you said, you sit in one place. Now, is the hall existing? Do you know what is happening in the hall? I am trying to extend that exercise in every way that I am looking at it. Meaning, I am at that instant, whatever it is, that is what I'm doing. I'm not trying to think what else is getting added, or what was it, what is it going to be. None of those things I'm trying to do. I'm just looking at that particular point and then interacting with whatever I have to interact. But yeah, most meaning, what happens is, many times this is okay. Earlier I was not at all in this mode. From there to now, it is a lot of change that has happened. But whether I am always in that, no, I am still not always.
No, that is okay. That is see, that is the practice, to be in that all the time. But if we notice that we are not there, that itself is a great achievement, because the mind picks it up, saying that okay, I am so and so. So, and then the whole thing is forgotten. So if I am able to notice the mind movement and stop the movement of the mind and become that me instead of the mind, then it becomes easy. So what you can do is, like rightly put, that if the hall exists, so then if your husband is calling and your son is also calling you, he will call you as Amma, and your husband will call you by your name. So now what you need to do is observe. Now when you are attending to your son, the wife is Shunya. When you are attending to your husband, the mother is Shunya. At any point in time, one is Purna, another one is Shunya. This, if you can do it, you will really be at peace. Because that other one is not there. It's just like a room. This is there,
Right.
that is not there.
Right. Yeah, exactly what you are telling is what I'm trying to put it.
Okay.
Meaning, always this question answer session in my mind, that does not happen. Meaning, first I react and then that question answer session starts.
Okay.
Now my work is to see to it that I should start this question answer section inside my mind
Right.
before reacting.
Good. Nice. What else?
Good progress.
Yeah, very good progress. That's a beauty thing to do. Asat to sat.
So I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
So in Buddha teaching, we have this 9 levels of jhanas, right? So is it mandatory for us, for self-realization, to get into all these jhanas, or this meaning that you have to sit in one place and then imagine and then do it and reach, or is it sufficient that whatever we are doing around, like observing and then whatever we discussed right now, is that enough?
Yes, the first answer is the dhyana or the jhana is not a prerequisite for enlightenment.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, he doesn't say that you require this or you require that. He says that for what hindrance, what you should do. So now there are 5 hindrances. So number 1, sensuality. If I am sensually attracted to food or to sound or to sight or to taste or whatever, touch or whatever it is, of the 5 senses, I should look at the loathsomeness or decay happening in all the 5 senses. So let's say the food. That day when I said that you should spit your food and smell it, so immediately you get a repulsive reaction. So that is loathsomeness. So that is the first thing to do to get out of this sensual, lustful feeling. So let's say in my mind there's always lust which is hovering around, then this is what I need to do. Then comes the agitation, irritation, anger, all of that. So there's a ill will happening within me. So if there is ill will happening within me, you have to start with loving kindness, because that only will help you to heal your wound first. Whether somebody wound will get reduced or not, you are wounded, and that's the reason there is anger and agitation and all that. The second one. Then there is sloth and torpor. That means the person becomes very sluggish, his mind is slow and he procrastinates. What he has to do today, we'll plan it for tomorrow, and he keeps on planning forever. For that person, he should not be sitting and meditating, because that will make him sleep. He should do walking meditation instead of sitting in one place. So this is for those people who have sluggishness, slowness, sloth and torpor and all that. Then the fourth one comes about restlessness and anxiety. For this alone, you require jhana, because with that only this agitation, this restlessness and anxiety will go, not by any other way. Then comes to the skeptical doubt, what I should do and what I should not do and all that. So for that you need to understand what is Buddha, not the name Buddha, but what is the meaning of Buddha, then what is the teaching, how you can see the true nature of everything, that is the Dhamma, and the people who are following that is Sangha. So he says these are the 5 hindrances which are there for everyone, irrespective of which tradition you are coming from. So we can't say that on Hinduism you don't have this, or Buddhism you have that, or Jainism has this, or whatever. It is irrespective of a religion, every person has these 5 hindrances. So to solve the 4th hindrance, meaning if I am anxious person, always filled with anxiety, what is going to happen, what is going to happen, then for me, for that kind of mentality, jhana is recommended.
Okay.
So it is not that you have to do it all the time, all the waking hours, you close your eyes and sit. No. Like you'll see, I feel sleepy. If I'm feeling sleepy and if I'm getting a lot of dreams when I close my eyes and I'm getting dreams, what I should do is I should walk. I shouldn't be doing that meditation of closing eyes and sitting, because that will make me even more slow. So I should do walking meditation. I shouldn't be sitting in one place. Let's say I just now had my lunch or breakfast, and the mind says that let us sit and enjoy. You shouldn't do that, because you are getting into sloth. And mental slowness will eventually create procrastination. And once it starts procrastinating, it will create distraction. And because of distraction, you get into restlessness. Because of restlessness, you get doubt. Because you get doubt, you get angry. Because you get angry, you get into sensuality, because that is the only alternative to get out of this whole problem. So we get associated with senses. So what happens is that I start snacking. I don't know what to do, so I start snacking. I will either go for the coffee or tea or some juice or making something to eat, even though I had my breakfast few hours ago. Now I don't know what to do, so I will do that, or I will put on a TV and watch, or I will listen to some music, or I will start talking to some person, or I'll give him a call. So all of this is related to the other 4. So what I should have done is that I should just taken a walk instead of sitting on the couch or wherever. I should have just walked. That would have saved me.
Correct.
But what I did is that I thought, let me sit for a while, because doing dhyana is good. And see, now we have this so many concepts or conceptualization. It says that there is something called Brahma Muhurta. So you have 3:30 to 5:30. So you should do it. Yes, it is true. Not that it is not, but that becomes an obsession. Then that gets into pride that I am doing it. Okay, you know what? I always get up at 3:30 and until 5:30 I'm meditating. So people who are listening to me will say, wow, so nice. So you're able to get up at 3:30. So I feel very proud about that achievement. Now when I get into proud achievement, it automatically brings in the slowness in me, because now I'm feeling like I have achieved something. So it makes me slow. The moment it becomes slow, then mental agitation starts. So I'm back into all the 5 hindrances which were I was supposed to get out of it.
Yeah, so easily it happens, correct.
Yes, it's very easy. Once I get involved, then we are done.
Yeah. So actually, unless and until we go all the way, so anytime you can let's just fall back.
Yes, so what I should do after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, I should not sit. I should just walk, observing the breath. That's all.
And it's almost like snake and ladder, no?
Yes, it is like snake and ladder only.
Yeah. How many times I've gone up via ladder and came down via the snake.
Yes.
Maybe on a daily basis, I feel that actually. At that time, I was okay. Meaning that time I was more sensible in understanding. Then now why am I reacting like this? So you keep thinking, you know the meaning. I'm not getting agitated now. I know that I have not. Meaning I did something and I felt happy that I did it. Then came down. In the next this one, I came down back into the square one.
Yeah, I think that time I have learned that you need to be kind to yourself.
Yes, you need to have.
Yeah.
See, the end result of everything we do is agitation. The moment.
That is one difference that I've also found, Vilas, now that I don't get agitated now. I just leave it, meaning okay. So next time let me try it properly.
Okay.
Let me keep thinking. No, I don't get agitated now. That
Okay.
this one has gone. That what do you call? Why am I doing this kind of? What do you call the jigupse or what?
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
understand. The right word. That has gone.
Okay, that's good. Jigupse in English is what is that? You have disgusted.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't get that word correct. But disgusted.
Yeah, the Kannada meaning or the Sanskrit meaning is jigupsa. So my wife was shouting from inside, it is called frustration. No, it is not frustration. You are not frustrated. You are.
Okay, so that's good. So I thought we have to reach the samadhi to get enlightened.
No, yesterday we had a nice discussion with my friend. Maybe I can share that. So I was asking him, if somebody comes to you, how do you guide him in meditation? So sorry, how do you guide him spiritually? Not meditation, anything. So what is your step-by-step approach? So he said, if somebody comes to me, I will ask him to sit for meditation for 1 hour. And I asked him, what if he cannot, what if he not able to sit for 1 hour? No, let him start with half an hour. Okay, let him sit for half an hour and do what? No, let him see what is coming, what is going. Okay, very good. Then after that, what he should do? He said he should select an asana. So then I said him, what asana are you talking about? Then he said Sukhasana. So are you talking about this one? What is that? You are talking about Patanjali Yoga Sutra. He said yes. Okay, but Patanjali Yoga Sutra doesn't start with asana. So then he said, yeah, I will ask him to practice yama. Very good. Now what yama should he practice? Then he did not answer. So I told him yama means ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. Now how do you make him do that? So there ended spirituality. The problem comes with how. So I told him, we have prescription, medicine, you have to create it. So how do you do ahimsa? What's the first step?
in ahimsa. That is not there. You have to do ahimsa is there, correct, agreeable. So the problem we face is what should be done is clear. How it should be done is unclear. So to answer to your question, is samadhi a prerequisite? No.
Okay.
Simple. So what he says, what Buddha says, he says that first approach from morality, which is what Patanjali Yoga Sutra is all about. He says yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. So he doesn't say start with samadhi first. It is wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
It is wrong. So what are we doing is, when we say I'm meditating, it's all about closing the eyes and sitting. That doesn't help.
And thinking whatever you want.
What is that?
You know, you're sitting and thinking, meditating, but then you're thinking whatever you want. Actually,
Yes.
you're not meditating.
Yes, you're not meditating at all. You're just sitting and whiling away your time.
Yeah.
So that is wrong. So what he says, first he says establish morality. That's a prerequisite. That cannot be compromised. So like when I asked my friend, what are your steps to guide a person in spiritual? It should be morality. And you should say to him how he should establish morality. Not that you just tell him like a recommendation, okay, please establish morality. When I myself is immoral as a teacher and I tell my student, you please establish morality, then it doesn't work. So I have to first establish morality. So then I have to first come to yama, and I have to first see what is ahimsa and how ahimsa happens, to get rid of ahimsa. Then it makes sense. Like that with all the other four. That will create an environment of niyama, regulation. So I can now regulate based upon the rules. Now I am regulating myself. That helps me to establish in the asana. While walking, while standing, while sitting, while sleeping, while taking a bath, or while doing this, all are asanas only. Then pranayama. Now I know how the prana is going out in each one of these activities. Then I am doing pratyahara, removing the food from that prana, because all of these senses are taking away the prana. Then I am having a dharana of what? Of pure consciousness. Then I go into dhyana, and that creates samadhi. So samadhi is the end result of it, but it's not that I have to close my eyes and sit. That is good when I have agitation. I have restlessness in my mind, like a fear. Now let's say I'm going for my second dose of vaccination in another 1 hour, I think so. Yeah, leaving in 1 hour time. So I'm feeling anxious. What is going to happen? Better to sit 15-20 minutes, closed eyes meditation, look at the breath, keep on watching the breath, and after some times it becomes very slow. Use that tool till I reach the hospital when they are going to give me that injection. Watch as they press that needle to my skin, see what is happening there, observe, and then the mind will not interfere. So then you come back home. That is what I can do right now, because I am a very anxious person by nature. So I can't do anything else other than getting into meditation. Only for that reason I need to do.
So he gives you step-by-step instruction on what that has to be done for what situation. So there is a prescription and there is also medicine. Both are available.
One minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, think we are almost at time.
Yeah, correct. So, but once you are enlightened,
Right.
you'll be more or less in that kind of samadhi state always.
You are always in samadhi. There is no breaking of samadhi at all.
Okay. So it naturally happens. You don't have to sit and meditate and reach there.
No.
Even if you reach there, you will come out after some time.
Yes, it will automatically make you come out. But what happens here is that there is no need to do something special because you have become Ishvara.
Correct.
The Jivi is gone.
Yes.
So when the Jivi itself is not there, then where is the concept of sitting and meditating or doing anything?
Correct.
So first we have to remove the Jagat. Then for removing Jagat, I require Dhyana because it will not allow me to do it without real investigation of it. So now next to me, my wife is sitting and listening. So as many times I see her, I will treat her as wife only. I don't treat her like a Jivi. So for that I need to meditate. And then what happens is at one point in time it breaks. It breaks that link between Jivi and wife. So now what I start seeing is the Jivi. So no longer wife exists in my mind. And wife was dying because she married me. Or I am dying because I married her. So she is going to lose the husband or I am going to lose the wife. But actually what is being lost or gained is the Jivi, not the wife or husband. So that first level clarity or prajna happens or wisdom happens. Then we come to the second level clarity. What is Jivi? Jivi consists of the mind which is being taught, and number two is the body and a name associated with that Jivi. You can call whatever you want. So like her name is Anjana, but I can make her Ranjana, I can make her something else based upon whatever I want, and she agrees to it. Yeah, I am so and so. That is the Jivi. But Jivi is coming into existence because of food. It is not coming out without food. So that means if the food were to stop, or if she were to stop eating, then she will die. 1 minute. So that is the second one. And the third one is Ishvara. Now I know if I associate with this Jivi, I am going to lose the Jivi because that Jivi is coming out of its own karma. Whereas I and she are not at all there. It is only one consciousness with two bodies. So why don't I now eliminate the need of Jivi also? So that I don't lose or gain anything. And now I am in Ishvara. So when I am in Ishvara, I become Parama Ishvara because now it is all inclusive. Nobody is coming, nobody is going. So there is no death. So there is no point in getting into a separate thing called as Samadhi.
Yeah.
So I've reached.
Okay. So I always thought that we have to meditate, and then that's when you get into samadhi, and then beyond that is when you get really enlightened or liberated. That was my thought process.
Enlightenment means knowing who really you are.
Yeah, correct.
That's all. You are neither the body nor the mind. You are just the consciousness. Simple.
Yes.
So what is there more to get enlightened?
Yeah, that's true.
So when I go to office, so let's say from today I'm supposed to start working. So from today when I meet the people, if I still feel that they are the people whom I had met in 2019, so 2020 March, then I'm the most stupidest person, because in this 1 year, their bodies have changed, their ideas have changed, their opinions have changed, everything has changed.
Right.
So if I still continue to dream about them before 7th of March 2020, then I am not in spiritual. I have become back to Jagat. But what I should know is that when I interact with people, they are all GV. They have got nothing to do with this company or their designation, title, or whatever. Whatever problem is coming, you try helping out in resolving those hurdles. Simple. So you're only GV. And who is doing it? Ishvara. So do you want to become a GV? No. That means I am now from dual becoming non-dual. So I am Advaita. Finished. There is no need for GV, there is no need for Jagat.
Okay.
So now what happens is I myself is Lata, or myself is Padmashri. So I don't have any fault to be found anywhere. We are already at 9:34.
Yeah. So I think we can stop
Okay.
for today.
Okay. All right. See you tomorrow.
So tomorrow we have
Tomorrow? No, I will not be able to join now because
Otherwise,
I
we'll do
need-
one thing. We'll do one thing. Since also Bhatt also jumps out, so we will meet up on Monday.
Okay.
All
fine.
right. Okay then.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.